Here at Harlem and Grand, we are here talking to a mother of two sons who were framed by Detective Guevara. You can see it right there at the bottom. It is a very big story. This detective is hiding out in Texas. He basically got tons of admissions through coercion, through beatings. You can look it up. Google Detective Guevara. Now, ma'am, what's your name? Esther Hernandez. Miss Hernandez, can you please tell me the story about your two sons?
Okay, so in 1997, my boys were kidnapped, I could say. They came to, the police came to my house looking for my sons, right? My sons weren't there. They were by my sister's house, so we asked them, what are you here for? And they were, well, we just want to ask some questions, okay? So when they asked for us to have my sons call the police station, and when we called our sons to see what happened, you know, police is looking for you, they were like, what? No, we didn't do nothing wrong. So they had told us to have my son call the police station. My son did, and then they were like, oh, why don't you just come to the police station or go to your mom's house, you know? And my son, knowing how the police is out there, how they beat up people, they take it to the police station, my son told her, no, I don't know what you want from us, so I'm going to get me a lawyer to go and, you know, and not go with a lawyer. So of course my son called the lawyer, and the next day the lawyer called the police station, asked them, why are you looking for them? They were like, oh, we just had some questions. The same thing. Well, the lawyer said, well, I want to take him in tomorrow. I will take him into the police station tomorrow. And that's how it did. When they went into the police station, the minute they got there, they grabbed them. And they said, you're here for a murder, an attempt to murder. And that's where everything started.
They've never hit the streets since then. They went in for an interview, what they believe to be an interview, and they were snatched into the interview, and they've never been on the streets since that day.
One of my sons, I decided to get him out, bond him out, because his trial was going to take longer. And when I asked the lawyer, do you think my son is coming home in 2 weeks, the first one? The lawyer told me yes. But you know, me not knowing nothing about this.
Exactly.
I believe the lawyer. We pay him money.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So then he said, oh no, none of the witnesses are here. They're in Mexico. They're no one. So your son is coming. So then me and my husband started making phone raising money to get my other son out. And we did. We got the bond and we got him out.
What was the bond?
25,000
cash.
25,000 cash, and we got the bond and we got them all. Next thing you know, we go to court for the trial for my youngest son, and my son was there, right?
Okay, so point to the one that was out on bond.
This was out on bond.
He was out on bond, and you're going for the younger one.
This is Rosando. We went to court for him for the trial.
And what year is this?
That was in 1997.
1997, folks. It is 2019. Go ahead, ma'am.
So then, the next thing I knew, I didn't want to go in the courtroom. I just stood outside. Next thing I knew, the doors open and my son was running out screaming, no! They found him guilty.
They found the younger one guilty.
So he ran out screaming because he knew what was going to happen to him next.
Oh my God. So he was in the courtroom when he got found guilty of murder. First degree murder?
Murder and attempted murder.
One count of first degree murder and one count of attempted murder?
Yes.
So how many, what the incident, not that your sons were involved, but what were they claiming they were involved with?
They were saying that my sons killed this guy. The victim was opposite gangs, you know.
They're claiming it was a gang.
Yeah, they tried to make it a gang.
So one person got killed and the other person was injured?
Was shot, yeah, it was made.
And where was this at?
This was on Grand and Narragansett. What is this street?
Grand and Narragansett?
Yeah, around that area.
So Grand and Narragansett, so about 5 or 6 blocks, about 8 blocks east of here. Now understand this, and this is what I talk about a lot on my channel. The police, the government, they take advantage of people not knowing. The Supreme Court has upheld that the police department can lie. They are allowed to lie. So they take advantage of people's emotions. They take advantage of people not knowing. This is a mother of two boys. She's never been involved in a murder case, so she has to take the lawyers. She's going to believe the lawyer, right? Who was she? Listen, I've dealt with many of lawyers that have done things like this, that have promised me that they're not going to take a plea, and the next day they called me and they told me, oh, they took a plea for the guy. I've gotten money back. I've had them apologize. Lawyers take advantage. You really have to know what you're doing. You really have to brush up on the law, but nobody expects from one day to be everything to be fine, and the next day both their sons to be on trial for murder, fighting for their life. Okay, so the one over, what's this? Is this Rosario?
This is Rosando.
Rosando. So Rosando gets found guilty, and he's sentenced. What is he sentenced to?
100 years.
100 years. And your other son, what's his name?
And Juan got sentenced to 110 years.
But he was still out. He was still out on bond.
Still on bond. But then when he went, it was his turn for trial.
So how long was his trial after he got found
in
guilty?
99.
And he was in 97.
Yes.
So he was already in there. And he got how many years?
He got 110 years.
So they're claiming which one of the sons are they claiming was the trigger man?
They will say they said it was Juan.
Okay.
But then when he came out, the gun got jammed. So then he didn't do it, and they blamed Rosando.
Okay. Now understand this, ladies and gentlemen. Do not take my word for it. Look up Detective Guevara. Look it up. Chicago Police Department, Detective Guevara. Look it up. It has been a long-standing stain on the Chicago Police Department. A long stain. They've been trying to brush it under the rug. Look up that and look up Detective John Burge. Both of them. But she's involved in Detective Guevara, who was all over the news, who was running from cameras, who spent a whole career corrupt, beating people up, forcing confessions. They basically opened the doors to many prisons in Illinois and let people just walk out because their cases were handled by Detective Guevara. Now, why would they not let go if Detective Guevara was involved in their case?
What it is, we have over 57 cases that he framed, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the city, I mean, about how many? 13 of them are out, exonerated. So, of course, you know, the city don't want to pay money.
Yeah, of course.
So they framed them, they took their life away, but then now they don't want to pay.
They have no initiative. They want to, because people have... Exactly. People have gotten elected office off of this. They've been elected to office. Their whole life depends on this. Their whole salary, their pension. The worst thing in the world would be for this to come out and Detective Guevara find that he did something improper and these people let go, because now what are you going to do? You prosecuted innocent people. Now you are part and parcel to that crime that Detective Guevara himself created, right? Now you are aiding and abetting that crime, right? Now you are complicit in that crime. So they want to keep this very hush-hush. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to bring up. They don't want it in court. They definitely do not want to see these gentlemen get a new trial. So where can people contact you or find out stuff about you or just support you in general?
Well, I have a committee called Innocent Demand Justice Committee.
Innocent Demand Justice. 312-402-1080. Innocent Demand Justice. InnocentDemandJustice.org. Please go there. This woman, both of her sons are in jail for over 100 years for a crime they did not commit. You can look up Detective Guevara if you think it's just a mother saying something for her sons that they're not guilty. Look up Detective Guevara yourself and find out what he's all about. Oh my, that's everybody that he was involved with? Yes. Look at that list. That's everybody that Detective Guevara, and those are the ones that were let go?
Some of them are out. 2 of them died in prison.
Okay.
So this is all
that's unbelievable. Detective Guevara, Chicago police detective, who was known throughout his career to be corrupt, he was just downright a criminal. He was a criminal with a badge. He beat suspects. Listen, if you're getting beat for hours at a time, you'll tell them that you killed President Kennedy. They can pretty much do whatever they want to you. Yes. So I apologize, ma'am. I will do what I can to get this message out. God bless you and your sons, and I hope they see the light of day. I hope they touch down the streets very, very soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.